everyone, so today's video is going to be on taming guinea pigs, and I get this question so often and it's such a common question. I thought I'd go ahead and make a quick tip video on how to tame your guinea pigs. So not all guinea pigs are going to be the same. Some are going to react differently, some will be quicker to tame, some will take a longer time, but I'm just going to share with you 6 quick tips that really helped with all my guinea pigs over the years, and tips that I've kind of learned to really help. So number 1, we've got take it slow. Taking it slow with your guinea pigs is a really important thing, and it's definitely number 1 in your list of taming. Guinea pigs are naturally very skittish, so some are going to be worse than others, but you have to really take your time. You don't want to be rushing into picking them up, rushing them to want to be stroked or to be cuddled, because it's going to make them worse, more frightened of you, and it's just going to make the overall process a really long period of time rather than a shorter one if you take your time. Number 2, familiar smells. It's really important that your guinea pig knows your scent and your smell. So one of the first things I'd recommend doing is putting your hand around the cage, just letting them smell your hand. You have to be really patient, as I mentioned with the first tip. Just keep your hand in the cage for a long period of time, most days or every day if you can, and make sure they can get the chance to smell you, and it'll help them to recognise your scent and your smell and be more comfortable with you. Number 3, hand feeding. Hand feeding is a really common and great tip with taming guinea pigs. It makes them feel more secure in your presence, and they're not going to be as frightened of you because they already know your smell. And if you're giving them a tasty treat, they're going to realise that you're giving them something friendly rather than being there to kind of frighten them and make them feel insecure. So hand feeding is great, and I'd always recommend doing it with veggies, but if they have got a special treat, you could always use that in moderation too. Number 4, talk to your guinea pigs.
Casper! Casper! Hello, Casper. Hello, Casper. Hello. Hello, Casper. Hello, Casper. Hello, Casper.
So although it sounds daft, as you saw in that clip, I was talking to Casper and trying to get him to recognise my voice. I always recommend for people to talk to their guinea pigs, especially before approaching the cage, because it keeps them familiar with your voice, and they're not going to be as frightened when you do approach the cage to give them a stroke or a treat, because they already know you're coming. So I always recommend to call their names out or to speak to them in general just before you're coming into the room, and carry on speaking to them as you're stroking them and interacting with them, and it'll keep them less afraid of your voice and of sounds in general. Number 5, spend time with your guinea pigs. This is so important if you want tame guinea pigs. They're not just going to be tame the next day or a week later if you spend no time with them. If you try and spend as much time as possible with your guinea pigs, you could go to them as soon as you're home from school or work, go to them in the morning, give them their veggies, make sure it's always you feeding them, always you that's giving them their fresh water, their food, their veggies. Make sure you're always there with them, keeping your hand in the cage, making them know your smell, giving them a little stroke if they let you, and it just makes a huge difference to spend that extra time with them, to try and keep them familiar with you and to give that extra time to tame them. Number 6, the radio. Now, not many of you may have heard of this. I actually got this tip of a breeder, and I've used it ever since with all of my guinea pigs, and it's such an excellent tip. It really does work, and it's something I always recommend to people when they ask me how to tame your guinea pigs, because it's such a really good tip. Now, all you have to do is find a really talky radio station, leave your radio on low next to the guinea pig's cage, in the shed or in the guinea pig room, and leave that on while you're away at school or work, and it really does help to keep them tame, because being very naturally skittish, they're very afraid of the human voice, so keeping it on that radio station keeps them listening and aware of these voices, and they're going to be less scared of noises around the house, around the home, and less scared of your voice and of the family. If they're around too, they'll be less scared of their voice. It's a really great tip, and if no one's ever tried it, please do, because I recommend it to everyone. All you have to do is find a really old radio, it doesn't even matter, and leave it on low on some sort of talking channel, and it will really help. You'll see a difference within the first week of your guinea pigs, and they'll be less scared of you. And if you keep the tip of where you speak to them and speak to them before approaching their cages and so on, this will help develop that too, so they'll be less scared of you and feel more comfortable to approach you.
I get it. They're celebrating brand new episodes of Doc McStuffins on Disney Junior.
Only for a limited time at participating restaurants.
It's everything I wanted it to be, and more. If you've always thought about becoming a foster carer, now's the time to do it.
It was one of my daughters who suggested getting involved.
The Fostering Partnership offers ongoing training.
So that's it. There's 6 quick tips that I've used with all my guinea pigs to help tame them, and hopefully they'll help you too. And if you use all of them, then they should definitely help, and you should see a difference, hopefully quite quickly. But depending on your guinea pig, it could take a little bit longer. But I really recommend using all of them, especially number 6 with the radio, because that's really helped me with all my guinea pigs. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully it's helped some of you out. And I'll speak to you all next time. Bye everyone.